Tigercast fans, welcome back to another video. Now, we did have our live show on Wednesday night, but for those of you who missed out and couldn't make it, here's a bit of a quick snippet of some of the best bits from Wednesday's night show, not including the draft and trade talk because that we'll do separately, but all the other topics rolled into one. Here are some of the best bits. You can check it out right now. The big name that I know, Grock, you're very, very keen to talk about is Liam Fawcett, the big tap. He is looking like a big, big unit, and he seems to be ticking a lot of boxes for the footy club at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I mentioned it at the end of last year, but the highlight video that the club put out on Monday, he was front and center in, I'd say, probably 25% of all the clips, which was impressive. And the one thing that I really, really liked about the tap was the way that he was marking the ball. He was hitting it at pace on the lead, and he was taking it out in front, which a lot of our...
Oh, you fuck.
Oh, I think he's going to finish that sentence with...
I thought fucking Roxy internet.
No, he's frozen on mine too. I think he's going to finish that sentence with which is what a lot of our forwards don't do. Feel free to jump back in when you get a chance, Grock. But
look, Smiley for me, and this is my call, within 36 months' time, I reckon he'll be our number one player on our list. He's got that. He's just the presence around the ball, his size, his leadership, his vocality, but his ability, to keep his hands high when he's tackled. I saw a lot of that in the training, as I do, I think, in the last one that they did. You could see him, he expects the contact. He's not afraid of it. He'll go into the contact but lift his hands free, and straight away you see his hands on the swivel looking to who he can actually handball it off.
And the other big facet to Lawler's game, Grock, that Dusty probably never had, and it's not a knock on Dusty because he was what he was, an absolute superstar. And this is why I don't think the Dusty comparison was very close, but Lawler's a good tackler. Tackles, sticks, hunts. Dusty never really did that, which was fine because we covered for him, Grock, which was okay. But it kind of feels like Petrarca was a closer comparison in some aspects.
Yeah, absolutely. With Dusty, we know how good he was offensively, and I think we just went to the adage of just play to your strengths, like do what you do best. Whereas I think we're now getting to the point where we've lost players like Trent Cotchin, who was willing to sacrifice his game offensively to help out defensively. Kane Lambert was the same, running two ways. Dion Prestia does it, but he's now getting to the end of the rope where I don't think we're in a position to really have any more of those really one-dimensional forwards who are attacking threats and wouldn't help out defensively. And we sort of saw that this year with the way that a lot of the opposition midfield smashed through our midfield with no pressure or very little pressure applied to them. So adding Lawler into the mix, who can win his own ball, help out defensively, and runs both ways, I think is going to be absolutely massive.
You know, I just realised I'm going to butcher his name. I'm going to call him Laylor. Like I used to call Shay. 12 months to get prepared for
it. It's a never-ending cycle for you, Tiggs.
Yeah, look, you know what? It had someone just on the comments, and it sort of got me thinking, you know what we've got with, what's his name? Laylor. Lawler. Fuck it. For me, it's Laylor from near Altona. But anyway, Laylor, right? Is that it?
Lawler.
Okay, Lawler. I'll get it. Paula Lawler. That's what I'll do. Yep. Picture Trent Cotchin having Dustin Martin's frame and his weapon, which is his boot, and his ability to burst out of traffic. But Cotchin had that. But so go with me here. But Knights, Matty Knights had one trait that was better, that he's able to break a tackle with his hips. He's able to create that own little period of space before he releases the ball. That's who we've got in one.
Yeah, I think looking at comparing this preseason to last preseason with the camel and everything like that, this preseason just seems so much more like professional, like no nonsense, get in, get it done. This is how we're doing things, which I think is a good thing to see from Uze and the coach's perspective as well. It seems that they're actually now getting a plan in place, which a lot of people were criticizing, a lack of last year. It just seems this year everyone's now on the same page. Everyone at least knows what they should be doing, even with Serple, with the way that they're running with their hands on their hips to teach them core stability and core strength while they're running in straight lines. It just seems a lot more well managed than it did last preseason, where it just seemed all fun and games under a new coach.
And Tiggs, Tom Lynch, he has done pretty much every single bit of preseason training in the full squad, full tilt, with no real issues. How good is it to hear and see him training the house down and getting himself prepped for a big 2025?
Particularly too because of our forward, our age of our forward group. You know what I mean? To have that big guy that's actually a presence going to do huge in relation to the development of our two younger tools that will hopefully play alongside him. From the little birdie that, but I don't truncate what I'm going to say towards the end of the show, but the little birdie who told me he would generally know, don't be surprised if we try the 3 forward model for a period of time, particularly early in the season. Is what I heard. I would not be surprised if that happened, just to give exposure.
Are we seeing an Adams triangle, kind of like Terry's triangle?
Yeah, well, it's more to do to give real-time experience with an elite forward.
What do you guys reckon? Are you thinking that Nank's going to roll around as captain again, or is there going to be a change? Do you think maybe Taranto steps in as a vice captain initially? I don't know.
I hope he doesn't. I hope Nank just gets to enjoy his footy. That's what I hope. So not as captain, he just gets to enjoy his football. I hope Tim Taranto gets the captaincy and Broad gets the vice captain. We need that leadership in the centre and the rear. That's what we need.